Good morning, everyone. So let's start today's agenda. Uh, can I start now? Can I start? Sure. So first of all, I would like to recapitulate whatever we have done yesterday, just in 2 minutes, and then uh, and then we will cover that missing part, that missing frequency part, which we left yesterday for today. So after that, we will start with new things, right? So let me start with those things, just a revising session. So yesterday, what we did was how to think about our research, what you will say, topic or domain, how to polish that particular topic, then how to frame the research questions, objectives, and how to find out more, some theoretical model matching to our research topic, and framing the hypothesis depending upon the what research model we are proposing, and how we can capture the variables by understanding different levels of variables and different types of variables and different types of measurement. And after that, we understood in which situation what kind of test we use, and then we understood how we can enter data into our system. And there were three means of that. The first one was through Excel, second one was directly into SPSS, and third was through Google Map. So we have done various things of that thing. And then we started second part with the data cleaning thing or data processing thing, right? So in this section, what we did, we find out what kind of major, what you will say, major errors or major problems or major areas of concern we discussed about that, right? So what were those major concern? The first one was, I hope you can see that. Yeah, the major one was outlier, category merging, logical error, missing frequency, and improper codes. As far as logical errors, category merging, and improper codes are concerned, we did not need not to think much about that because of these reasons, because ultimately a researcher has to take calls. There is no statistical measure or there is no statistical way to correct these error. This is all judgment thing. This is all practices which we do, and there is no right or wrong way. Actually, in research, there is no right or wrong way. It is just the practices we follow. And if we got any precedent thing before us, a precedent to us, then definitely we can have a comfort that, okay, we can do that. So people are doing it, so we can also do that. That is accepted strategy. So as far as missing frequency and outlier is concerned, so I told you that in ratio data only there are chances of outlier. And the reason I told you, because in outlier, it can take any value. We don't define the values in the ratio data. In nominal, we define the category. In ranking, also we define a certain numbers of options are there. So we have to define the ranking. Even if in scale, we give scale is from 1 to 5 or 1 to 7, but in ratio data we just leave it open, so whatever value can come, it can take the place in ratio data. So sometimes what happens that one particular value or few values that are little different from the other data, so that are termed as outliers. So outliers are same number, but they are little different in the characteristics. So we say that, okay, these are some different things. So let's see once again, what is outlier in a file. Wese I have shared one file also just to practice, but for now you just see what I'm doing, okay? I hope you are able to see my Excel sheet. So in this particular Excel sheet, we have three variables. One is performance, which is scale, and I have not defined any value. So what kind of data it would be? What kind of data it would be?
Ratio.
Ratio. Very good. Because I have not defined any kind of value here. And in gender, what kind of, what you will say, data it would be?
Nominal. Nominal.
Gender is nominal, right? And age?
Age is ordinal.
Either ordinal or scale, depending on the data analysis we wish.
In my data, I'm asking.
Age is ordinal.
Ordinal.
We
In
prefer
my data.
higher category. That means we'll go for scale data.
In my file, whether it is ordinal or other data, I'm asking just that.
Scale.
Ratio?
Sorry?
Ordinal.
In my data, in my variable view,
Ratio.
it is ratio. If it would have been ordinal, I would have given something like it 1 up to 10. So you would have been seeing this thing in my data. If it would have been, let's say, different categories. So you will getting something like value here, but it is not here now. So that means it is ratio data.
Ratio.
Okay. I'm deleting it. Okay. So, so I have made few entries into this file. Now my simple endeavor in this particular file is to find out the normality, is to find out just the outliers. Is there any in this particular, and how we can go about that? So very simple. Let's say I want to say performance and age. I have two ratio data, and I have told you that outlier can happen in only ratio data. So in this particular file, I have two ratio data, performance and age. So let's explore those. Descriptive, explore, performance, age, right? Statistics, outliers, descriptive want. So what I have done, analyze, within analyze, please mute yourself. Analyze, explore, within explore, statistics, statistics में outlier, continue, then plots, normality plots with test. We don't want stem and leaf, we want histogram, continue. So what changes I make? I have made just changes in these two options. I have added outliers, I have added histograms and normality plots test, and I have unchecked stem and leaf because I don't want that. In option, no need to do anything. And in Bootstrap, there is nothing to do with us, right? So we'll default setting pay, we will work. Okay. So now I have done, first of all, exploration for two metric data, two ratio data, performance as well as age. So I have 22 entries into that, right? Missing n क्यों आया 1? Otherwise यहाँ पे 0 होना चाहिए था. Why it is 1? I tell you the reason. Because if you see this entry, this is not complete. Now I have to run it again. Analyze, explore. Everything, whatever I have checked, it is already default. Last setting को ये रखता है. Now you can see that 0. Okay. Now you can see that for.
We can't see the output window.
Okay, I'll share it again. So now you can see. This is my output window. So you understood from where I got. I just went to analyze, in analyze descriptive, and within descriptive explore, and I chose statistics and plot. I have made some changes, and this is my output. Output is saying there is no missing, right? There are 22 entries, correct, right? And then come to performance score and age. See, for performance score, mean is 101. The median is 65. Can you understand the difference between two? It's very high difference, but still we don't know whether it is statistical significant or not. See, if we remember that normal distribution was mean, median, mode, all are equal at this side. But in daily life, it's not necessary that you will get exact mean, median, mode, but it should be within some specific range. And other than that, we have some statistical tests also to tell us the normality. So we will go both way. Only on the basis of just this difference, we cannot say data is not normal, right? So we have other measures also. So, but primarily we can see whether data is coming in line or not, right? So you can see my minimum value is 23 and maximum value is 776. And you can see the difference, and that is the reason for higher standard deviation. And I told you that normal data generally have 1/4 of mean value as its standard deviation value. So here you can see that mean is 101 and standard deviation is even bigger than mean. Ideally, it should be around 25 or 30, right? But right now, because of the presence of this maximum number or maybe minimum number, I don't know who is going to be culprit. 23 can be culprit or 776 may be culprit. So I need to check. But the figure shows that maybe this 776 is culprit. Let me see how I can see that extreme value table. It will show me the highest 5 values and lowest 5 values. So if we see, highest values are this, lowest, this is the case number and these are the values. So highest value is 776 and after 776 it's 163. So clearly this is some kind of outlier I can see right now. 23 and 56, it's not such difference, big difference, but the major culprit is here is 776, right? Similarly, test of normality. If you remember, what was the null hypothesis? Can you assess normality in this case, performance score case?
It is not normal.
It's not normal. Why it's not normal?
P-value should be more than 0.05.
Very good. If p-value would have been more than 0.05, our data should have been normal. But in case of age, you can see that data is normally distributed, right? So this is more objective way, but you can see that we can get a brief idea from here also that it's going to trouble us. Are you getting it? Let's compare it with the age. Age ka mean is 39, age ka median is 36. So difference is not much, though it is not exactly 39 or near 39.1 or 38.7. It's still around 3 points distant, but still we are in the normal range. Our distribution is normal. Then standard deviation, it's almost 1/3 of this or 1/4, almost, right? Then minimum and maximum number, they are not very far, right? And if we can see another table where we can see the highest and lowest value of the age. So the highest value is 60 and lowest is 54. In case of lowest, 30 and 23. So we can observe that there is no much difference. Yahan par, in this particular performance score, you can observe the naughtiness of this particular number. But in age, there is no such variable which is showing any naughtiness. So we comfortably see. So one measure is, one way to look is this. Halaki, this is very little subjective. Different inferences can be drawn, but this is the most objective way, this test of normality, to find out whether a population is approaching to normality or not. You can see the histogram also. Can you see any normality? The QQ plot. Ideally, it should be on this line, but it is far behind that. Deterrent plan. This is -3 and +3 wala range. right? Though one value is at very extreme range, -3, this 770 value, this. Okay, so it should be jitna kam scattered ho, utna better, because it is deviation from normal. So you can see that how much deviation is from normal. This is a normal line. Okay, jahan par mean median, you just think it as your normal distribution. Then think it in that perspective. Now star and 0. Remember what I told you yesterday about outlier? Would you like to tell me what is this? 0 and star? We discussed it yesterday. SPSS gives you two kind of outliers. One is potential outlier and other is recommended outlier. Now this 14 and 6, what is this? This is not a value. This is a case number. So whatever value is written at case number 14, it is potential outlier. Why it is potential? Because it is not within the normal range of the data, but still we can digest this value. We can take this value. It's not going to erode much of the what you will say result, but definitely this value, star value, matlab 6 number respondent, is definitely going to spoil our mean, median, everything. Now what would be the value? This is the value, that is 770 something value. So respondent number 6 performance is 700 something, and for respondent number 14 performance is near 150, 140, something like that. So you can simple graph, you can see that graph, you can read that graph. So you can understand many things from here. This is box plot. For age, comparatively, you are getting normal graph. See, when we see normality, that is not an ideal picture you always see. You can see that it cannot be in real world. So it would be approach to normal, but it may not be 100% normal. So what is the way to find out whether we are having a normal data or not? That normality test, which we have seen just now. Now you can compare the QQ plot of this and QQ plot of performance, and you can see the scatteredness. Age is also scattered, but it is not very, very much scattered. And you can see that this is 0.2, 0.4. And in that case, it was 1, 2, 3. So scale is also different. So scatteredness is very less, and comparatively very neat box plot without any 0 and without any star. So this is the way you see the outliers. Now our next task, what to do with outlier? We have many ways. Either if we can contact that person, we can contact it again, whether he has wrongly wrote it. We can see a typing error, कि उसकी वजह से तो नहीं हुआ. So we need to check it. And if we find out that this value existed and there is no error in that, so we have 2, 3 alternatives to that. First is that either we can delete this entry altogether. Okay. So if you have enough number of data and this is your one of the prominent kind of variable, you can delete it. But deleting a response is not very advisable. So SPSS has given a certain ways to handle this. So first thing is that you can replace this value. Replace karne ke liye there could be different alternatives, right? Right now this is not a missing value, but we are taking it as a missing value because there are certain ways given in a missing value format, and from where we can get this missing value, menu in transform, replace missing value, and you can see that there are series mean. Series mean means puri performance ka you can find out the average and you can replace it. But remember, we have gender also. So first of all, while using this series mean, we need to assure that whether the average mean of boys' performance and girls' performance, is it very far off or is it very near? If it is very near, we can replace it with the series mean. Otherwise, this is not a good idea. So let's check that. Analyze, compare means, gender. Sorry, dependent is performance. We are comparing the performance, whether gender is having almost equal performance or different. I just need to compare the mean. So I'll take only that. Continue. Okay. And the whole purpose of doing this exercise is just to see that 770 should be replaced by series mean or not. So you can see performance score from this report. There is significant difference in the performance of male and female. male have 66 and female has 136, right? So then second task is I need to see that whether this person is male or female. I can check here that according to my coding, it is female. So two things I can do. First, I can replace it directly with 126. I can write here 126 because in case of, okay, you were not able to see that window now. Now you can see the performance of male and female were I'll repeat missing frequency. Just see what I'm doing. This is very important aspect, how to, handle the outlier. See, when we see the outlier, basically we treat it as a missing frequency because we want to delete that item, that particular response, right? And if we delete that particular response, that will make it a missing frequency, right? Now if we will delete it, it will take 0 or blank entry. Now we have to replace that entry. Now what I am discussing is how to replace that entry. What are the options available to us? What are the general ways to replace that? And I discussed that in transform tab menu, we have replaced missing frequency, and in missing frequency there are certain methods are suggested by SPSS. It's your wish, you can replace it with any value, but SPSS on its own tried to give you statistical way to replace that missing value. The first method is series mean. Now series mean may, why I am not replacing it with the complete series mean? Because we have two categories, male and female. So before replacing that particular category with the series mean means there is no difference in the performance of male or female. So whatever series ka mean aayega, we can replace that value, right? But that's not a good, that doesn't sound a good idea, because what I've observed that there is a difference between the performance of male and female. And from where I got it, analyze, descriptive, explore, and within explore, it is performance and age, or you can, iski zarurat hi nahi hai, sorry, ruko. Analyze, compare means only performance score you have to compare with the gender, and then you got this answer, right, which is blinking on the screen. So do you think that I should replace it with the series mean? While series mean is, let's find out what is the series mean. Frequency, performance, statistics, mean, continue. So my series mean is 101, right? And my gender specific mean is, for females it's 136 and for males it's 66. So you need to take a call that that particular category is female. You want to convert it or replace it with the female mean or with the series mean. If there would not have been much difference between a male and female performance, you could go for the series mean. But right now we can see that in category there is something different. So one idea is to that you can replace it with the female mean, right? So how can we do that? For that, what can we do? I come here. Now there are 2-3 ways. Either you first make it a blank entry or you can simple replace it. So I'll do one both. Transform, because I have to record into the same variable. But the problem is that I need to make it blank first of all. Transform, recode into, sorry, not in different, in same. Transform, recode into same variable. Now which variable? Performance variable. If I will tell you voice breaking. Okay. Give me 1 minute. So what I am doing, I am trying to replace the performance score of missing value, and I know this is for female, right? So because I know it is of female, so that's why I'm replacing it with the female mean. So what I'm doing, performance score, old and new values. And right now I'm just focusing on system missing value, right? If system missing values are missing, in case of which variable? Performance variable, replace it with 138. Because I know I have only one system missing value, that is for female, so I can do that. But if there would be multiple entries, few for male, few for female, in that case, I would have to give the condition. So first we do this way and then we will do in another way. So right now I have not put any condition because I knew that whatever value is missing, that is for female, right? And then what I have done, system missing, I have checked system missing. I have put value, then add. Now you have to understand this recoding very carefully, because today we are going to use it many times, and tomorrow also we are going to use this function many times. So you practice also this today, how to recode into same variable, how to recode it into a different variable. So we are going to use, when we will working with the dummy variables, when we are going to do with the select file case, we are going to use this particular function many times. So continue. Okay. So now let's see our file, whether that variable has been replaced or not. Can you see that? This variable is replaced. Okay, but the problem is that whenever I will put any entry here, it will replace it with, a minute, let me see. Yeah, one is male now. So let's say I'm putting the data of male. So it will replace this also with this particular value. Can you see that? Because I have not put any condition. Now in case I don't want ki male ka koi missing ho, that should be in 138. The better idea is to put the condition. So let me start that. For that I need to see that female is 2. Okay, so one entry for female I make missing and one entry for male I made missing. Okay, so let's do it again. Transform, record into same variable, because we are not creating any new variable, we are making in this particular performance only. So now I should open this if condition. If gender is equals to 1. So gender is equals to 1 was my male case. Continue. Old and new value. System missing. I don't remember, male ka around 78 tha, let's say. Okay. Add. We need to delete this and we need to add 78. Add. ये किस केस में होगा? When gender is 1. Okay, continue. Okay. Now you can see last value has been put by 78, but this value is still empty. Female wala. Now we have to again transform into same variable. Why I have not used, I'll tell you. Then again condition, if gender is equals to 2, continue. Old and new value, all the system missing value, it should replace by 138. Add. I need to remove it first and then I need to put 138 because it will say system generating, तो एक से ही replace होगा. Add, continue. Okay. Now I need to see my file. Now you can see 138 is there. Now there is no missing. Why I have not used transform, replace missing value with this? Because in this case, whosoever value is empty without taking any particular categorization or anything, it will replace the value into that way with that number only. For example, let's say I'm making this value, empty, then performance score replaced by, let's say, series mean. Okay, let's play. So it has created one new variable. In this case, it creates one new variable and it has replaced all the variables into, it has changed all the variables, because वहाँ पर वो नए, it doesn't ask whether to replace in a new variable or a existing variable. So it has created one new variable. So otherwise, it will create a, so that's why I have not used this. Okay. So I don't know what number was there here. Anyhow, so I hope you have understood the concept of missing value and how to recode it in different, how to record it. Okay, you can see the recordings, because see, these things needs practice. The idea is that you should know there is a way out and how to do that. And later on, only after practice, you can do that. So this was all about how to recode or how to handle the missing frequencies, right? In missing, there are different ways, like series mean, mean of nearby points, median of nearby points. If you see there is much variability, you go with median. If you see less variability, go with mean. And these linear and linear trend are for time series data. So for cross sectional, we generally use these three, and maybe the way which I have done by finding out the category mean. So it totally depends upon you, right? So I'm stopping for a minute here just to take your query on this particular section. Then I'll start my today's presentation with the new topic. So I'm just stopping for a minute. If you can want to ask anything, you can ask. Any question so far? Any question from anyone? Or can I continue my next thing?
Yeah, ma'am. Missing values, ma'am.
Yeah.
So we have to adopt this procedure only, madam, through transform and to replace values. Directly, can we not able to do?
No, directly you can put. There will be two issues into that. First of all, see, it was very small data, 22 data points. You could easily, but you could easily see whatever is missing, wherever it is missing. You could see, you could visualize it, you could examine it. Just imagine if you have a data of 250, 500 respondents, sometimes you are not able to see where it is. Very hard to find out those missing values. Second point is that what would be the objective way of adding that value? How would you decide that I should replace it with 10 or 11 or 9? Is there any objectivity? So if you use this method, maybe your mean method, maybe your series mean method, you will compare category mean method, there would be some objectivity into the data. Otherwise, there would not be any objectivity. Na? And you know that any addition in the mean value doesn't make any difference in the result. So why we need to put those missing value when it's not going to hamper the result? Because many of our tests does not accept any sheet which has missing value, especially SEM, structure equation modeling, right? It doesn't accept the sheet which has missing value. So ultimately, if you think carefully, if we add any number in the series which has mean value, it's not going to contribute anything in the result. If I have series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the arithmetic mean is 3. If I add one number, new number, having value 3, the mean is not going to change. It will be 3. This is the mathematical property of mean. So if we are adding one value or one missing value with mean, we are replacing it with the mean, it's not going to change anything in the result. But it will handle the missing case. Because if you put any value from your mind, it may hamper the result.
Yeah, understood, madam.
Yeah. Any other?
Yeah, understood, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other query? No? So can we start a new topic for the day? That is parametric test and non-parametric test. So until now, we collected the questionnaires, we entered our data, we cleaned our data. Now let's see, we want to apply some tests, and how we are going to apply some tests. That let's say we have independent variable as non-metric, and let's say we have dependent variable as normally distributed, right? These two are the conditions for your parametric test. So let's say if we, while doing this data processing, we find out that whatever objective we were having, and in that particular objective, there was two variables were there. The independent variable was non-metric and the dependent variable was metric, right? Right. So in that case, we can apply T, Z, and ANOVA. Okay, so now we will see how we can do that and how we can assess it. Let's say if we have not checked, we can check it again. So I'm starting parametric and non-parametric test, which is the next topic for our workshop. Yeah, let me share the screen again. Able to see?
Yeah.
So why this problem came? All the problem of normality, homogeneity, why this problem is coming? Because we are conducting results on samples and then we are hypothesizing about the population. If we would have been in the position to take the whole population as our study, then this problem would not have been raised. If I have to take any feedback of you people regarding this particular workshop, it would not be a problem for me because I have to reach only 50 people. But if my objective is to find out whether these workshops are effective or not this workshop, whether these workshops are effective, like these data analytics, these statistical workshops are effective or not, do you think it is possible for me to reach all the candidates attending workshops, whether online, whether offline? It won't be. So what I would have done, I have picked some people who has attended some workshops and I can tell whether these were effective or not basing on some instrument developed, right? So that's where problem arise, that what sample I have picked up for taking my inference about the workshops, ki whether workshops are effective or not, ya band kar deni chahiye. People are not learning much through this. So this is not a good idea to train people through workshop. So if I make that inference, before making such inference, I need to be very sure. See, that is the thing when we say that null hypothesis is accepted or rejected, that means I am saying workshops are not effective at all. If I take, let's say 50 people from all over India or 200 people from all over India, and I make an inference. So that's not a good idea. That's why people say that on the basis of just one study, one sample, you should not bluntly say that workshops are not effective at all. The better idea is to say, for my sample, for my study, the relationship turned out to be significant. So future study should be done on this thing. You should tell about your study, not in general we can, and there were no control thing or nothing, experimentation was there. So loosely we should not use the word that, workshops are not effective at all. We reject the hypothesis, alternate hypothesis, and we say that workshops are not effective. So this is the idea behind whole hypothesis testing. Now, if we talk about parametric test, what is parametric test? So parametric test means any test which makes certain assumptions about the population on the basis of sample which is drawn, right? Now, what are those parameters? Our mean and standard deviation are called the parameters, basically, for which we know that what is the population mean, right? For example, generally girls ki, case mein height is 5'2". In India, 5'2", 5'3". There is a certain range. Average you can take 5'2". Similarly, for men, there is some average height, right, of a certain age. Similarly, for certain age, there is some weight is given. given, or generally people are in this range. Maybe some are less, some are high, so average out हो जाता है. So that means we know in general about something. जैसे African players की अगर हम बात करें, again I am coming to IPL, so or African people की बात करें, so can you find out any difference between Indian man and African man? Anyone? Generally, anyone?
Yeah, ma'am. Difference in height.
About their
Yeah.
the complexion and the height.
Complexion and the height.
Complexion and height. ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
है ना? So in general, Indians are tall or Africans are tall?
Africans are tall, ma'am.
है ना? So that means if we talk about Indian sample population का, so it would be the parametric जो value है of Indian men would be some other, but for African man it would be other. Let's say, let's compare the height of trees and men. So can you see any difference? Any proper grown tree? So is there any difference in the mean height of tree and men?
Yeah, naturally tree is more height.
Exactly. So when we are comparing men with men, so maybe continent wise there is some difference, right? But if we are comparing completely humankind with the tree, so again, then in that case, the difference between Indian and African will not matter, right? Then it will make an approach, range bada ho jayega. Maybe men are generally within the height of 5 to 7 feet, right? Or 6.5 feet, right? While trees ka height is something different, and that again depend upon their quality or breed of which tree I am talking about. So are you getting it? This parametric value, this representative value is the parameter of population. When I say that Indian men are generally of 5'8" or 5'9" or 6 feet, I don't know exactly, but this is some range we can see of Indian men, right? Maybe between 5'8" to 6'5". This is the average height which generally Indian men have. So this is called mu. Okay, population mean. Now sample ka mean kuch aur ho sakta hai. Maybe I pick up some people from South India, which I think South Indian people are little taller than Northeastern people. So agar mera sample Northeastern ka hai, so maybe my sample is not representative of Indian men. Do you think that in that case my sample will be representing Indian men? So Northeastern sample se jo maine mean nikala, whatever mean I got, that is my X bar. And in general, Indian men ka jo main bolti hu, that is my mu, population mean. Okay. And of course, there would be division, divergence in that. Any one person of Northeast will not be seen. ऐसा नहीं है सारे Northeast में everyone is of 5'7" height or 5'5" height or 5'2" height. It's not that. There would be also variability, but the mean height is less in Northeast India than other part of India, right? So we want to make certain assumptions about the normal population. That's why we need the normality. Whatever data we have taken, it is the truly representation. That's what I have told you. If I take the sample from Northeastern part of India, would I be able to make the judgment about the whole over of India? I may be not. That depend upon my sample. How do I pick that? If I take all the people and if I observe from my sample that everyone here is of 5'3" or 5'4" or 5'5" height, then definitely it's not going to represent my whole India population, right? But while at picking of the sample, I take comparatively big area. I cover a big area, maybe not only 2 states of Northeast, maybe I increase my sample size, maybe I can approach to normality and my data could represent to 5'7", 5'8" also. So that will depend upon my sample characteristics. So that's why sampling is very important, that while you're doing sampling, we cannot be just, very casual about sampling thing. We should think about that carefully. Now, why people are so obsessed about parametric test or not about non-parametric test? See, let's give me one example. Why any competition is seen as a parameter of success rather than performing at home? For example, I take a home test. I give you a home test. I score 80 marks. No, I give my son a home test. He scores 80 marks. And while his school is taking some exam, he is scoring 70 marks. Which one is more reliable for you? About my son's performance.
No, that is school one, madam.
Why? Test is same, syllabus is same.
Because
I didn't give him any chance of cheating. I didn't help him. I gave him 3 hours. I made that environment also. But why school marks are important and why my home test marks are not?
in school, because out of many students, we are taking the result, madam.
That means we have someone with to compare,
Yeah.
right? In home, there is no comparison. There is no standard. So in non-parametric, we don't have parameters. So from where we are going to compare whether they are doing right or wrong? That's why parametric tests are good, because they have certain kind of parameter to compare. Whatever we have taken, we know about the standard. And then we are comparing with the standard, whether you're reaching to that standard or not. If you're reaching near to that standard, that means whatever you're saying, okay, we consider that. I'm claiming my son is a mediocre. If my son gets top in school exam or maybe very near to topper marks, I will say my son is intelligent. And everybody will vouch that, because comparison was there. But if I say my son score 100 marks, everybody say, okay, घर में तो सभी के आ जाते हैं. Are you getting it? Where
Yeah.
difference lie between parametric and non-parametric? Why we say robustness is more with the parametric, not with the non-parametric? Because we don't have anything to compare in non-parametric. So whatever we are saying, okay, ठीक है, your population, your sample, your result, but we don't have any standard to say that. So something is better than nothing. So we say, okay. So इसका एक alternative भी है कि when you increase the sample size, then you say, okay, that means your son generally knows. So maybe the other alternative is, if I take daily test of my son and he is consistent in giving the same marks, so maybe I can say that, okay, he'll score in class also. Are you getting it? On one study or one small sample, my inferences were not very strong. So that is a little about the concept of parametric and non-parametric. So for parametric, assumptions are normally distributed. Homogeneity of variance should be there. Now, what is this homogeneity of variances? Till now, we talked about normal distributed data, that it should approach to normality. As I gave you the example, that height wala. Then homogeneity of variance means variability badi kam honi chahiye. It should be less, and especially between two groups. Everybody knows, and it's very common example, everyone gives it for the homogeneity of variance, the betting of Dravid and the betting of Sehwag. Is there any difference? Is there any difference? Was there any difference in the betting of Dravid or Chris Gale for that matter right now? Or one more person in his team, Karthik something? I just met Mayank Agarwal or maybe some other. Is there any difference?
Yes, ma'am. There is a number. So many difference between them.
Because average maybe, if we see average, that may be more or less same. But if we see the consistency, that is missing. So
Yes.
a good measure to analyze a thing completely. Rather, we should also see the standard deviation, and square of standard deviation is the variance. So variance is also important, right? So that's why Levin has said that no, variance is also important. T-test is important, okay, but T-test is wholly based on the means score, while homogeneity is variance works on
Standard deviation.
variances. So let's start the test. Classification of tests. See, there would be many types of tests, so you need to be very careful while listening that what all test I am saying, because when will I start third number of test or fourth number of test, there are possibility that you may forget what I have done earlier and what I am doing right now. So don't you just see the screen, you'll be having recordings, you will be having the PowerPoint presentations. So try to understand the concept, try to understand the suitability of the test. You can do, or you can learn it later on also after watching the videos at your own pace, right? So because your understanding is more important, because you have to go to the higher level of test also. So if you will get confused, यहाँ पर क्या था, यहाँ पर, you know, आपको options learn हो जाएंगे with the due passage of time. After watching the video again and again, you will learn the options. So your focus should not be on learning the commands, that which command came first and which command came afterwards, but the focus is that how to do that. What was the way and what was the reason of doing that? Your focus should be right now in the session should be that only, right? So there are two kind of parametric tests. We have divided it on the basis of samples, one sample and two samples. Now within two samples also, there are two, again further we have classified independent sample and pair sample. Pair sample is simply the pre-test and post-test. Matlab, before this treatment, after this treatment, like this. Paired means jiska pehle liya, the respondent will be same in case of pair test, but in other case, there would be only individual respondent. Now, if you remember your MCOM or for that matter MPhil also, we were told that there is T test, there is Z test, and in Z test, when n is greater than 30, we apply Z test. If it is less than 30, we apply T test. But from SPSS point of view, there is nothing like Z test and T test, because they work mostly on the same formula, but the population correction is there. Control square root of n-1. This is the population correction. In case of sample, we do that, right? Even in when you Excel also, if you find out the standard deviation, this formula it gives for the population standard deviation, it gives Z wala. For sample standard deviation, it gives T test wala. So बहुत ज़्यादा difference होता नहीं है. For SPSS, it doesn't take anything into account. So in SPSS, you will find just T test. There is nothing like Z test. So distribution wise, as n increases, T approaches to Z only, and Z is what? Your normal distribution. Now, suitability of t-test. This is most important. So sometimes we keep on forgetting why we are using t-test. Whether we can use t-test or not, that is also an important question. Now, if our data, see, we can, but in what scenario we can apply the t-test? I am focusing right now on t-test only. See, when our independent variable is non-metric. Non-metric could be nominal, it could be category, maybe categorical. Here, non-metric means categorical, and our dependent variable is metric. That means any nominal scale or any ratio scale. For example, gender differences in case of income. Yeah, right now we did the example, gender differences in case of performance. कोई test लिया, boys, girls का आपने compare किया. That would be two sample t-test. Boys is a one sample, girls is a another sample. One sample t-test means when we have a one sample matlab one type of sample, and we are comparing it with some standard. For example, I bring chips at my home, okay, and when I read the labeling, I see there is 80 grams of chips. So one day I was free, literally free. I opened the chips and I started weighing the chips. It were 82 grams. I felt, oh, I was so lucky. I got 2 grams extra. Another packet I opened, so it may be 79 grams. So what happened to my luck? This time I got 1 gram less. So what does that mean? When I'm saying the 80 grams of chips in a packet, so that doesn't mean that it would be exactly 80 every time. It can be 80, it can be 81, it can be 79, 78 or 82. So there is certain range. So when we test the claims of any company, we use one sample t-test. Maybe tire company, maybe bulb company. If a company says that my bulb runs for, works for 50 hours or 500 hours, it doesn't mean that it uses every bulb and then send it to you. So they take a sample, and on that basis, they say that my, this. So if I say sample checking karna, that still the claim of the companies are true. I may take 50 bulbs, 40 bulbs, 20 bulbs, and I can use them and I can check them. If they are working for 500 hour, maybe 499 hour, or maybe 510 hours, there is certain range, और वो certain range कौन decide करता है? आपका level of significance, that 5%. रिजल्ट देखकर लेवल ऑफ सिग्निफिकेंस डिसाइड नहीं होता है. वी हैव टू डिसाइड इट इन वेल एडवांस कि हम कितना लीनियंट रहेंगे. ओके, करेक्ट मेथड ये है, राइट. देन 2 सैंपल, एज आई टोल्ड यू, बॉय एंड गर्ल. अब टी टेस्ट भी इसको कर सकता है व्हेन देयर आर 2 कैटेगरीज, एंड एनोवा भी हैंडल कर सकता है वन वे एनोवा व्हेन देयर इज 2 कैटेगरी. But ANOVA can handle more than 2 categories also, but t-test is designed to handle up to 2 categories, that is boys and girls, male, female, anything, matlab, but 2 category. Now, what is paired sample t-test? Paired means before and after, right? So I told you 3 type of t-test. First is 1 sample t-test when we are checking the claims, 2 sample t-test when we are comparing between the categories, and pre and post, right? Treatment. So treatment एक event है. Dependent variable performance हो गई. Let's say यहाँ पर what you will say makeover हो गया. Okay. So ये एक metric variable जिसको measure कर सके, right? 1 sample t test में भी सब chips में कितने कितना volume है of that particular good, वो I can measure. And performance in the case of boys and girls, that also I can measure, and while boys and girls is category. So dependent variable I can measure every time. So there is a question for you. When the sample size is small and population standard deviation is not known, which test we apply? There is a question for you. You are not answering.
T-test.
T-test. Actually में population का standard deviation हमें generally पता ही नहीं होता है, because we are not able to take the, देखिए standard deviation कब पता चलता है हमें? When we can, when we are in the position to subtract each and every value from its mean, right? तो इसीलिए Z test हम कभी लगाते ही नहीं है, because T से ही काम चलाता है. Because in normal life you can talk about the average, कि average height ये है, but you are not having the data of अब कितने लोग उस average height से कम हैं और कितने लोग उससे ज्यादा हैं, right? So that's why we use T every time. Practical सोच के देखिए आप, you are not in the position to assess the difference in actual and observed, mean and observed or actual values. So इसीलिए हम T test लगाते हैं, right? Now a question comes, the company claims that each bottle weighs 30 grams, right, of the cold drink. So T statistics we can use. So इसमें null hypothesis would be there is no significant difference between sample mean and population mean. So we have taken 10 cans and I weighed them down, and this number I got. So यहाँ पर 90 grams आएगा. I think वो कुछ typing error. I'm sorry, I'll correct that. Okay. So how I will go about that? Analyze, descriptive, explore, analyze, compare means 1 test. एक्सप्लोर से मुझे नॉर्मेलिटी पता चलती है. जो लास्ट आपको है ये फॉर द नॉर्मेलिटी. देखिए हमें 2 चीजें करनी है बिफोर गोइंग टू टी टेस्ट. वी नीड टू सी वेदर आवर डेटा इज नॉर्मल और नॉट. और जब we will compare the 2 categories, then we will see the homogeneity of variance. Right now only claim we have and 1 category is there, only 1 thing is there. We are not comparing Pepsi or Mirinda, so we don't have 2 categories, we have just 1 type of thing. So there is no need to have homogeneity of variance, right? But we need to have to understand the normality. So for normality we will go to descriptive, explore and normality test. You understand that. And second thing we have to do, analyze, compare mean, and if we get the normality we can go to analyze, compare mean and 1 sample t-test. Analyze, compare mean and 1 sample t-test. So this window will come to you. You have to check the weight. So test variable is your weight, and test value is the claim of the company, which is 90. I have made a typo error there. I'll correct that. That is 90. Okay. Then options may you will get this thing. You need not to touch anything. Then you will do the OK, and you will get this kind of window. Now what is this? This is your significant value is 0.862. So what do you think? Null hypothesis was every can is having 90.0. Matlab there is no significant difference in the company's claim and the actual thing. What do you think? Is there any significant difference or not? Tell me.
There is no difference now.
So company is making right claims. Does it mean company is making right claims?
Yes, ma'am, because the significant value is above 0.05.
Yeah, definitely. Very good. So we can interpret this thing like that sample mean gram, which is more than the claimed population mean of 90 gram. Halaki, the sample mean hamara hai, which is this, and which is more than the population claim. Standard deviation itna and sample size itna. However, significant nahi hai ye difference. Difference is there. You can see in the difference in the mean, but that difference is not, significant. At what level of significance? At 95% confidence level or 5% levels of significance. मतलब हम 5% गलत भी हो सकते हैं, but 95% we are confident that company is right in its claims. Okay. Now, can you see any picture on the screen? Can you see a picture on the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Only one person is responding. What others are doing?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Or you have done the setting also. That for this session, 10 people will say and other 10. I hope there is no such understanding.
No,
na?
no.
No, ma'am.
No, no.
That's great. Because in online, there are certain benefits to participants. Na? Okay. Which test should we apply here?
Paired sample t-test.
No,
Very good.
independent.
Paired sample t-test.
Two sample independent.
Yeah. Independent sample. Two independent sample
Independent
t-test.
to sample.
Yeah. Paired we use when we have to examine same
Before
person.
and after.
Before and after. Here, both
Yes.
teams. What does that mean? We can compare these groups. Can you see that? Teams are same. Matlab, we are not comparing cricket team with football team.
Yes.
So comparable भी होने चाहिए आपके. Right?
Right.
So how we are going to about that? So one एक population, for example, two universities के students की performance we can compare, right? So this is the formula. I'm not going into the formula because we have left that stage far behind. Analyze, compare means and independent sample t-test. Analyze, compare. But before that, what two things we need to do?
Normality check.
Yeah, and
Very good.
homogeneity check.
Very
Homogeneity
good.
check.
Normality and homogeneity. Why normality? Because there is a presence of metric data, and for applying parameter test, we have to have the understanding of normality. And why homogeneity of variance? Why homogeneity of variance?
It should be comparable.
Yes, to understand that which the groups which we are intending to compare, whether they're comparable or not, right? We cannot compare the betting of Sehwag with Dravid, right? So what is the way? When we were going to independent sample t-test, this particular window comes. So here, there are two ways to do that. I have two parameters in this file, age and performance. I wanted to check the performance on the basis of age or gender. Gender. Three parameters were there, age, performance, and gender. I just wanted to compare the performance on the basis of gender. So I took grouping variable as gender. Now two question mark you can see. So कहता है gender तो ठीक है, but category क्या है? Gender is the one variable ना. So what are the category? These two questions are for the category. So I will click define groups. So you can see two radio button there, cut point and use specified value. Now what this button are for? If I have already defined the groups, like in case of gender, I have defined one is male, two is female. I will click the button use specified value. Let's say my age, if I would have taken age, and you remember that age was the ratio data in my file. In that case, I have not defined it as a group. I have not made any category. So what to do? So I can at this point take a cut point. Definitely why I am able to make one cut point only? Because t-test is working only on two categories. So one cut point will divide the data into two categories automatically. So let's say I make a cut point 40. So all the people who are having age less than 40 will be in one group and other people will be on another group. So I can take either way. If I have already defined the category, I'll use specified value. If I have not defined the category, I will put cut point. Okay, clear? So
Yes, ma'am.
particular analysis,
Yes, ma'am.
I have defined the category 1, 2. My result is coming like that. Performance, male were, female were 10. Mean was this, standard deviation was this. But this is simple statistics. Now, whether there is a significant difference in the performance of the male or female, what's your take on that? Whether there is difference or not?
No, ma'am. The difference is not there.
There is no difference, ma'am.
There is
No
no difference. There is no difference. Very good. One more thing, Levin's test of equality of variance. So first of all, we need to see whether normality is equality of variance is there or not. Okay. Directly we cannot check the result. First, this hurdle we have to cross. So in that case, as in case of normality, there was, if value is more than 0.05, then it will meet the assumption of normality. Similarly, if this value is more than 0.05, the assumption would be there is homogeneity of variance. Okay, so नीचे आपको दिया हुआ है there is no assumed. अगर नहीं आता है तो you can see the नीचे वाला value. But in this case, homogeneity of variance is coming. We will take this वाला value 0.75. So that means there is homogeneity of variance. Then we can apply two-way this independent t-test, two independent sample t-test. So 0.547, if P is low, null will go. P is high, null will not go. Okay, what is the null? There is no significant difference in the male and female performance. So yes, there is no significant difference. Second, this slide I have done, given the cut point 35. And you can see, now tell me, if I give the cut point 35 as per age, is there any performance कुछ आ रहा है? Significant difference आ रहा है या नहीं आ रहा है as per the age in the performance? This time I changed the variable. Gender is not my criteria on which I am checking the performance. Age is my criteria. Okay. So tell me whether of age, can I comment something upon the performance?
Yes, ma'am. At 0.05 level, it is significant.
So that means,
That means there is difference.
Yeah, that means different age people are having different
Performance.
Achha, yet see, t-test will tell you just the difference. It's not going to tell you which one is better. They are just checking the difference. So we can comment using t-test that yes, there is difference in the group, but we are not in any way in the position to comment which group is better. Because why I'm saying group? Because we have divided the population sample into two groups, below 35, above 35. We are just saying there is difference in the group, but which one is better? T-test cannot say that. Right? Now this was the scenario was, metric. Your independent variable was metric and it was normally distributed. But what if it is not normally distributed? Then Mann-Whitney U test, right? So Mann-Whitney U test is an alternative for independent sample t-test when the assumption required by the letter aren't met by the data. Mann-Whitney test is also known as Wilcoxon rank test. Okay. And it should not be confused with Wilcoxon signed rank test. Naam same hai. So Mann-Whitney के two names हैं, Mann-Whitney test और Wilcoxon rank sum test. Okay, but it should, और U test भी इसको बोल देते हैं short form में. But there is another test, Wilcoxon signed rank test. This particular is for the pre and post, right? So you should not confuse it with the, with Wilcoxon rank test. Rank sum is for independent, signed rank is for the pre and post. Okay. Mann-Whitney U test के लिए we need to have two variable, categorical and continuous. For even for t test, two independent sample test के लिए भी हमें यही चाहिए था, two categories and one continuous. But the difference क्या आ गया है? Normality का. Okay. So now what are the options? In analyze, you go to non-parametric. Within non-parametric, you go to legacy dialog. And within legacy dialog, because you are comparing two samples, so two independent samples. Okay. Again, test variable is monthly expenditure. Grouping variable is college name. You can define group and you will check. It will be automatically checked. Mann-Whitney U test. Okay. So you have defined 1, 2 as you have done in the gender, and the test comes, result comes. So this is the descriptive, and basically these parameters, non-parametric test work on rank or median data, not on the mean data, because normality नहीं है, mean तो है ही नहीं, outliers हैं, ये data बहुत variable है, और जब data की variability होती है, if you remember your 11th or your first year or maybe the early chapters of statistics, if variability is high, which is the most preferred central measure of central tendency, that is when variability is high in the data, what kind of measure of central tendency we use?
Median.
So that and median is a positional average. You know that rank पे काम करता है कि कौन सी जगह पे कौन सा है. So it takes median or ranks as its basis for the calculation. Right. So पढ़ना टेस्ट वैसे ही है. This asymptomatic significant value 0.027. Now we are very familiar with the word asymptomatic, which is symptomatic but which is not showing the sign. 0.027. Again, it is higher than 0.05 or less than 0.05.
It's less than that.
So
that means
our null hypothesis is not accepted.
not accepted, rejected.
That means we are saying there is difference in the spending of two colleges. Maybe government college का data होगा, maybe Stephen college का data होगा, या maybe कोई high private college के बच्चों का expenditure होगा. Right? So there is significant difference. Okay. Which test we should apply?
Signed rank.
Sorry?
Paired sample.
Paired sample.
Paired sample t test.
Paired ma'am.
Pre and post.
Paired.
And in this case?
Paired.
Again, paired.
Good. So paired generally हमारा data same होना चाहिए. You can see the person is same. Person change नहीं हुआ है. ठीक है? Only then we will understand the treatment effect ना, or any program effect. So इसमें आपका null hypothesis क्या होगा? mu1 is equals to mu2 या treatment has no effect. Null hypothesis आपका होगा treatment had no effect. तरीका क्या है? Analyze, compared means, paired compare sample test. आप कुछ भी पहले before after में कुछ भी डाल दे, that doesn't make any difference. It will understand. And then result आ जाएंगे. Result आपको बिल्कुल उसी तरीके से पढ़ने. Again आपका last वाला देखें आप. आपकी significant value है 0.000. That means your treatment was effective or not. Score before tutorial and score after tutorials. Was tutorial effective or not? What's your comment on that?
No effect.
No effect. Not effective.
E क्या आ रहा है आपका? E is low. Null will
go.
तो यहाँ पे क्या आ रहा है? Not effective. देखना ध्यान से. If P is 0.05 or not?
Ineffective.
Tutorial is effective. Confuse
Less
नहीं
than
होना.
0.05.
Yeah, because statistics value is less than 0.05, and when the value is less than 0.05, our null hypothesis is not accepted. Null hypothesis थी, there is no effect of tutorial. वो तो हम accept नहीं कर रहे. तो फिर इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? What does that mean? Tutorial is effective. Okay. Now we will do all these tests. एक बार मैं आपको करके दिखाऊंगी. उससे पहले let's see how much you are able to understand, and you have to participate. Okay. Read the question in your mind and tell me true or false.
False. False.
False, madam.
False.
Just false.
Very good. Next question.
False.
Okay. Before moving to ANOVA, let's practice something. Okay. So I'm opening my data files. We start from one sample t-test. And this is the same file which I have used in the PPT. Okay. So I'm sharing the screen. Are you able to see my SPSS window?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
What we will do? Would anybody will tell me? क्या करूँगी मैं? How should I start with that?
First of all, normality.
Normality.
Analyze.
कहाँ पर मिलेगी normality?
Explore.
But explore कहाँ है?
Descriptive statistics.
Very good.
Explore.
Yes. Then normality किसकी check करनी है?
Weight.
Wait.
कहाँ पर है normality?
Statistics.
Plots में.
Sorry, plots.
Okay. Histogram मुझे चाहिए नहीं, खाली normality test चाहिए मुझे, because लिखा normality plots में tests. Okay. Continue. Okay. So let's see. देखें आई normality?
Output file visible नहीं है.
हाँ मैं कर रही हूँ. Yeah, I'm doing that. Just give me a second. So whether we are able to achieve the normality?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
0.200?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Some school of thought also say the Shapiro-Wilk test we also see when our n is less than 50, right? So generally we don't use very less data, so we are in the habit of C2KS test only. But Shapiro-Wilk we can see also in this case because our n is really small. Okay. So it is 0.778 or 0.200. Method is same. Funda is same for both the cases. Okay. So normality plot से नजर आ रही है हमें. Normality हमें इससे भी नजर आ रही है. Right. And इससे भी नजर आ रही है. but we need not to go much into detail of that thing. We have seen the test value and we have seen that it has approached normality. Now what would be our next task? Where we will go? Compare means one sample t-test. Okay. Now we are comparing the weight, the test value, because in question it was 90. Option may, we don't have anything to do. Okay. Now we need to see whether we have achieved it or not. What's your take on that? बताएं? इस सैंपल में क्या हुआ?
सिग्निफिकेंस लेवल 0.05 से ज्यादा है.
Then इसका मतलब?
It will be accepted.
Acceptable.
Null is accepted. What was the null? That whatever claim company is making, it is true.
True.
है ना? Okay. चलिए, this was one sample t-test. Now we move to the another file, another test. You can see the file, performance score, gender, age.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So again, now there is two samples. So first of all, what we need to do?
Analyze, descriptive.
Descriptive.
Then
Explore.
Explore.
very good. Then I have not yet decided that कि मैं किस basis पर compare करूँगी. तो what should I do? So I should
Performance.
definitely dependent would be performance, right? So gender and age, let me take both. But I don't need to do actually both because अभी तो मुझे normality देखनी है. Normality वो किसकी होती है? Plot, normality, unchecked stem and leaf, continue. Okay. So kindly guide me whether we have received the normality, we have achieved the normality or not. Whether we achieved the normality or not.
Output sheet is not visible.
Output is not visible.
Oh yeah, wo again we have to do now. Sorry. We have achieved the normality.
Yes, ma'am. Significant value is more than 0.05.
Very good, very good. Now what I will do now?
Analyze, compare means
One.
Independent sample.
independent sample.
Because I am comparing two groups. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Test variable is this on which statistics I should do that? I can take any. What you will suggest? कहाँ जाऊँ? Age.
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 Let's see to age. Now for age, I don't have any groups.
Yes, ma'am.
A cut point. Let's say 40. Okay. Continue. Options. यहाँ पे I don't have anything to do. So first of all, what I will see?
Significant value, ma'am.
No. Leven's test. Equality of variance. It is achieved or not?
Achieved, madam.
It is achieved, ma'am.
Again, I have to share na ruko. Because there are multiple times na. Okay. Whether I have achieved it or not. So Leven's test of equality variance, first we will see this and then to the next window. First we will enter the main door, then the home door. Okay. Outer door क्या है? Leven test. Whether we have achieved it or not.
Yes, ma'am.
We have achieved it. Then we can see whether we are having significant difference or not. Because ये ऊपर है, ऊपर वाला read करेंगे, okay?
0.05 difference.
हाँ, so what does that mean? Point
Less than
छोटा है, पहले ही बताएं आप.
is less than
Is less
0.05.
than, ma'am.
So इसका मतलब
We'll
Remove.
there is no difference.
There is a difference.
There
There
is
is
There
a
is a
difference.
difference
So
according
we'll
to
reject
age.
null hypothesis.
हाँ, very good, very good.
Hypothesis.
Very
We'll
good.
reject null hypothesis.
Very good, very good. Now we move to the next test. एक मिनट. Now our pre and post na. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So analyze. Now you can check the normality of this also, but I'm directly going to upper. Compare means pair sample, score before, score after, options. There is nothing to do much. Okay. So please tell me, is there any significant difference between the groups? Sorry.
Output file is not visible.
Okay. Now it is.
Yes, ma'am.
So are you able to see any difference of the treatment?
Yes, ma'am, there is treatment difference.
Yes, ma'am.
And significant value is less than 0.05.
Yeah. So
Null hypothesis is
Null
rejected.
hypothesis rejected.
very good. So can you see there is one more table is there, correlation table. So definitely there need to be high correlation because the sample is same. If it is not, it's a reason to worry. कोई भी ट्रीटमेंट इतना इफेक्टिव नहीं हो सकता है. कौन सी पिक्चर आई थी क्रिश वाली, जादू वाली, मैं भूल रही हूँ नाम. कोई मिल गया.
कोई मिल गया.
Yes.
हाँ.
कोई मिल गया.
तो इतना ड्रास्टिक कुछ नहीं हो सकता है. ओके, थोड़ा वो चेंज हो जाता है. वो कौन सी पिक्चर थी एक और शाहरुख खान की, अनुष्का शर्मा के साथ? आई एम जस्ट फॉरगेटिंग. रब ने बना दी जोड़ी. तो ये दो ड्रास्टिक चेंजेस के एग्जांपल है. ओके, कोई भी ट्रीटमेंट इतना ड्रास्टिक जनरली नहीं होता है. तो कोरिलेशन हाई होना चाहिए. द पॉइंट आई वांटेड टू से, क्योंकि अगर ज्यादा डिफरेंस हो जाएगा तो कोरिलेशन डाउन हो जाएगा. आर यू गेटिंग इट? या अगर इफेक्टिवनेस नहीं आएगी, कोरिलेशन का यहाँ पर एक और भी मीनिंग है, that the person whosoever was performing is now performing whatever base standard he was having, he is performing more than that. He is not going downwards. Only then correlation is high. If and there is positive correlation, definitely. Okay. So one more test. Alternative of what? Independent test, है ना? Are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
We have data of college A and college B and monthly expenditure. Let's say I have used this file also. Let's say they don't have this. I need not to check any normality because I'm believing that it is not normal data. So non-parametric, analyze, non-parametric, legacy dialog, 2 independent samples. Expenditure is my test variable. Grouping variable is college. I know that one group is this and second group is 2. Continue. Man Whitney already checked in. Exact में अगर आपको देना है तो इसमें ऐसा कुछ होता नहीं है वैसे. Options में sometimes people say descriptive अगर चाहिए तो, but there is no requirement. But if you want to give, you can. Okay, because we are interested in just one thing, whether there is a difference or not. So this is the test statistics. College wise, you can see that यहाँ से भी आपको पता चल जाएगा. You can compare the mean of 30 colleges. खैर इससे तो दोनों का ये तो collective mean है. यहाँ पर
Ma'am, output window is not visible.
Okay. I'm sorry. I keep on forgetting. I don't know why. Okay. ये पूरे दोनों colleges का all together 30 sample का mean. Then दोनों samples का different mean. College A, college B का. And then what's your take on that? Is there any significant difference between the college or not? Expenditure.
Yeah, there is a difference.
There is a significant difference, ma'am.
Significant difference is there. There is a difference, ma'am.
Okay, you could find a significant difference in the
College expenditure.
College
expenditure. Okay. So I have covered this much only in t-test. I have already shared this file with you. I can give you a few minutes to, if you really want to apply this in your systems. So I'm waiting here because if I'll start new data or new topic, it will be left in between. So I'm giving you some time so you can try it out. Till then, if someone has any query, you can take your queries also. So I want to utilize this time for taking your queries also. So anyone, any question? And other people can try. Other people can try the data files, practice files I have shared with you on a system. You can just do some hands-on, because maybe you will get more confidence in that case. Yeah, questions, please. U-test is applicable where our dependent variable, which is metric data, is not approaching to normality, and we have two comparison or two sample independent, like team A and team B, boys or girls. So Whitney U-test is used there. U-test, you can say precisely. T से next U ना, STU learn कर लेना, TU. Okay. Any other question? Any other question?
Ma'am, for madam, can you advise any study material, madam, for practicing? And
I'll be showing you paper. अच्छा याद कराया आपने. I just forgot. I have one paper with me. I can show you. Can you see my screen? Can you see my?
Excuse me, ma'am, there is a query.
Yeah. Tell me.
Ma'am, for getting the paper selected in good quality journals, if suppose we have not applied EMOS, so by the application of these tests, will the paper be accepted?
Seeing papers in A-star category using non-parametric test. So see, it's not the test important. It's what you are doing important, what contribution you are giving and how you are writing it and how you are presenting it. Test is never important. Definitely we get the fascination with the, very sophisticated tests, but it's not that. I've seen, seriously, I've seen, I don't, maybe Tomorrow I'll put papers if I am able to find out from my huge corpus of papers where I have kept that. नॉन पैरामेट्रिक टेस्ट के ऊपर ए स्टार कैटेगरी में पेपर्स हैं. So it's never the test important. The main thing is that rather people discourage this thing that if you are able to do certain thing with less robust test or maybe small test, which we say that like T ANOVA or some, these are called nowadays chota baby, chota packet, other test, model building test. So if you're not working on model, if your study is altogether on something else, then why we need those SEM and everything? Those are model building tests, na?
Right, ma'am.
Not every research is on model building.
It's very true, ma'am.
So you can see this paper. This is not very good paper. I mean, very good means high impact paper nahi hai. But just I wanted to show the title of the paper is a comparative analysis of perceived and actual benefits from implementation of activity-based costing in selected manufacturing units in India. Now, यहाँ पर कौन सा टेस्ट लगा हुआ है? टी टेस्ट में कौन से वाला लगा हुआ है? क्या कंपेयर कर रहा है? But that
दो ग्रुप टी टेस्ट.
हाँ जी, कौन से दो ग्रुप हैं वो? Which are two groups? बेनिफिट्स को उसने दो ग्रुप में डाल दिया. वन इज परसीव्ड ग्रुप,
Perceived
benefits and actual benefits.
Actual
Perceived means
benefits.
standard benefits.
जी जी. नाउ
Decided
हाइपोथेसिस
benefits
उसका
and
देखिए.
actual.
एंड कौन सा टेस्ट करा रहा है वो? पेयर्ड सैंपल टी टेस्ट. क्यों? क्योंकि सेम था ना, एक पर करने से पहले और बाद में कुछ ट्रीटमेंट किया ना. वो ट्रीटमेंट क्या था? उस ट्रीटमेंट का नाम था implementation of activity based costing. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so pair t test लगाया, सैंपल और फिर उसको रिपोर्ट किया है. देखिए आप, pair t test is used for hypothesis testing and whether there is any difference exists between the perceived scope and actual scope. टेबल्स देख लेते हैं, बाकी तो खैर क्या ही देखेंगे. Now pair 1, differences you can see, pair differences. This table we also received. Perceived actual. Are you able to see now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how people use this. Now again, this paper has got publication, na? So on the basis of just pair t test. So it's nothing to do with the test. It's your suitability and your contribution, how you are doing it, what you are doing it. उसके लिए जो चाहिए, see मैंने आपको I think in yesterday also I told you, it's never the test is important. Test is the outcome of what you have research question or objective and how you are capturing that variable. So you cannot decide upon the test. You can just decide upon your research questions, hypothesis, objectives, and how you will find out some variable. Like in age case, you can calculate it through metric. You can also calculate it through, capture it through ordinal data. So it's completely up to you what you want to do. And in research, there is no right thing or wrong thing. It's all about perspective. It's all about one's creativity. It's all about own perception about the things. So research में कुछ भी अच्छा बुरा या गलत सही नहीं हो. Levels could be intense, है ना, लेकिन ऐसा कुछ गलत नहीं होता है रिसर्च में. फंडामेंटल्स गलत नहीं होने चाहिए, ऑफ कोर्स. दैट यू कैन नॉट अप्लाई दैट टेस्ट एंड यू आर अप्लाइंग दैट टेस्ट जबरदस्ती. दैट शुड नॉट बी डन. दैट इज रॉन्ग एंड राइट. बट विच टेस्ट यू आर गोइंग टू यूज, इफ इट इज फिट टू सुटेबिलिटी, यू शुड गो विद दैट. कंडीशंस पूरी हो, सुटेबिलिटी हो, देन यू शुड गो विद दैट. एंड आपसे ऑब्जेक्टिव से मैच करता हो, of course, right? So you practice your things, then we will so I'm giving you 10 minutes for that. Then we can have our break also.
Madam, I am having one question.
Sure, sir. Tell me.
Suppose SLR paper is written 5 years back, say in the 2015,
Mm-hmm.
and suppose I want to write SLR
Yeah.
with on the same topic.
Uh-huh.
Then will it be publishable, or what is your comment?
My take is on that, sir. See, if SLR paper is done 5 years back, I have seen 1-2 papers which have republished the paper after 5 years back on the same topic, but still we take the minimum period for any SLR as a minimum 10-year period. So maybe they will say there is no enough gap came in between 2 SLR or you can deviate your little bit of focus on that SLR paper.
Okay.
Maybe you can
Suppose
take
I
the related thing. If you want to replicate, see, it depends upon journal also. If much work, if you can prove that much work has been done in between the period which has not been covered, so it's a it's completely editor's choice whether he will accept your reasoning or not. But if you can see there is a huge number of work which has not been taken into account while writing that previous SLR work, you can definitely go. But your your positioning, your what you will say, your defending points should be very strong about that.
Okay, and suppose to understand that whether SLR has been written on that dependent variable. So if I give a double quote systematic literature review and double quote the variable name, suppose the dependent variable is word of mouth. So if I give within double quote systematic literature review and say word of mouth, so can I get all the studies, or how should I understand that whether SLR has been written on those?
In Google Scholar you can go that, sir.
Yeah, either Google Scholar or say Scopus. Or
in Scopus, yeah, definitely you can try. So I'm not sure. I've seen Scopus sometimes behaving very nasty. Sometimes it gives some research, and sometimes it just shows that. I have experienced that. So you have you have to try this 2-3 times. So you see that whether you are getting it or not.
Right. Okay.
And you have to put in brackets also, sir. Not only in
double quote.
Brackets also. Brackets also.
Yeah, bracket also. Yes, double quote.
Any other question?
Okay, and if I also suppose change the industry, suppose it is done in service industry, the word of mouth. If I do in suppose healthcare, so it
definitely, sir, you can go that way. Definitely,
the context will be different, no?
Yeah, even word of mouth and word of mouth are 2 different things.
Different, yes.
Right. So you may focus on word of mouth if it's word of mouth.
Right. Okay. Thank you, madam, so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Welcome. Any other thing? So in case you don't have any doubt, we can have a break and we can resume at 12:30.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'll meet with the new topic. Grammarly is the most used software for checking your language thing.
बहुत क्वेरीज करते हैं बच्चे वैसे भी सवा पांच बजे आते थे डिस्कशन कर देगा आधा घंटा लास्ट मैं संजय सर ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਸੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ ਮਾਈਕ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਖ ਲਿਓ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਇਹਦਾ ਹੀ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਸਰ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਨੈਚੁਰਲੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਸਟੈਂਡਰਡ ਸੈੱਟ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹਾਂ
उधर ही। In case somebody is doing and somebody is facing problem that parametrics test, so I'm sitting here, I'm in this in front of system only, you can tell me. And you should try that missing value also if you get the time. I've shared that file also, or you can use any file. You can just delete some value and try to transform the variables.